Morning, guys. Day 4. How are we doing? How are we feeling? A little bit stiff. Yeah, I'd love to get feedback from you guys and find out where you're feeling it most, how you feel you're doing with this. Any feedback would be good. I'd love to just hear from you guys. So today we're going to do a mixture of Pilates and body weight. And like I said yesterday, for you guys to have some sort of a gliding apparatus ready for today. So I have worked in some gliders into our workout, which is essentially just something that will help you to track your body weight that you can glide with as well. So what I've got is these are not even store-bought, they're just homemade with a fleece on the bottom, and this is like seatbelt webbing that I've just made these out of, and they work really well. So if you don't have something like that at home, and like I said in yesterday's video, if you have a carpeted floor, what could work well is a paper plate, or even maybe yogurt tub lids. Anything that is smooth and slippery that would move freely on your carpet surface. If you've got a wooden floor or tiled floors, you could use a cloth, a face cloth maybe, or even if you've got fleece lying around, that would work really well. Any sort of a fabric would work well and not scratch your floors. I wouldn't use, if you've got a wooden floor, I wouldn't use your paper plate or something, because you're probably going to scratch that beautiful floor with the grit underneath. So the only thing you might need is a lightweight. You can see in the background I've got my tins. Those are standard ops. I like to just bring some of those extras in. So maybe just one of our exercises we're going to use just passing the tin under the legs. It's just an activity. If you don't have one handy, don't stress. You don't need it. You can pretend that you've got one. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do a short one today just to give us a bit of a break. And we'll see how that goes, because I always get carried away and I always push myself a little bit harder every time. So hopefully I can keep it down to about 30 minutes today, and we'll see how that goes. I just realized I don't have my phone for my music. So give me a second while I put on my music. Right, so I'm going to be standing for a warm-up, and so we're going to move. What I'm wanting us to do, we're going to work into the hip joints first. Again, I will post the link to my iTunes account that you'll find this playlist, so that you guys can also play at your side. So, yeah, both feet, one on each glider. And let's start. I'm going to put the music quite softly in the background, just for me, for rhythm. Right, so I want you to put the weight on one leg for me, put the other leg forward, and we're going to circle, give me a long leg, circle all the way around, cross over that midline, behind, and in front. So we're pulling that belly in. You're going to give me that long, tall spine, and forward, and back. Right, so kind of working into the big muscle group of the leg. And on this side, you're working into that hip joint. I want you to reach that leg as long as you can, all the way around, and pulling that belly in, all the way around. And we do 2 more. You can do this with or without the glider under the other leg. You can see my foot has turned with that glider underneath it. Right, let's change legs. Make sure you've got space. So we're going to start with that one leg forward. Point that toe, contract that thigh. Beautiful long leg for me. I don't know how your guys' outer bums are feeling today. I'm feeling it. The beauty of carrying on the next day with more exercise is you tend to not get as stiff as if you were to just not do anything. Right? So if you worked a hard workout yesterday and you were to just not do anything today, you'll definitely feel that lactic acid build up, and that's what gives you those stiff muscles. So it's always better to, even once lockdown is over, just go and do a bit of a walk or something that will just get those muscles moving. Right, we're going to go down onto the mat just for our hands. Alright, I'm going to aim for the corner of my mat. Okay, so my knees are at the corner of the mat. My hands under my shoulders. And we're going to press one arm forward. Sorry if you can't see that far. Maybe I should be fat. So I'm really not a pro with these videos. Right, there we go. So we're going to reach forward. I want you to pull that belly up from the floor. Right, watch what my spine is doing. I'm not sinking in here. Okay, so I'm pulling my belly up. I'm not rounding. I'm just keeping a nice natural spine. I'm not sinking into my elbows, and I'm not pushing through that thoracic spine either. I've got a beautiful flat back, so lift up that chest, pull that throat up away from the floor, and soften those elbows, and we're going to circle around, cross over, and around. Right, so you're working into those abs, working into that shoulder, you're getting your floor clean in the same time. Maybe you want to get soapy water and a cloth on this one. Just a reminder on those soft elbows, we don't want to hyperextend into that elbow joint. Cause a bit of a strain on that elbow. Cross over and take it round. Reach those fingertips far forward, feel a stretch through that upper shoulder blade. Reach, reach. Try not to collapse into that body. Right, other side. I'm just going to turn a little bit. We take that arm forward and we circle around. Soften that elbow and circle and around and around. 4 and 5. Also notice my head is not hanging down. Right, so I'm keeping my neck and my spine alignment. The neutral spine, belly is still pulled up. Let's do 2 more. And then we're going to go onto our mat and start. Alright, so I'm just going to move my mat a little bit closer. You guys should be able to see what's going on. Okay. So we're going to start with the abs. Those are always the most difficult to do. So easiest done when the body is fresh. So what you want to do is you're going to scoot sort of down towards the edge of your mat. We're going to go down onto those elbows. Remember, as I've said, we don't want to sink into those shoulders. We're going to lift up nice and tall. Just going to move down a little bit more. What you can do, double up. If you've got a hard floor, double up. That glider. One leg is going to be at the bottom. Gliders are clearly not working with me today. Right, so you're going to extend those legs for me. You're going to pull that belly in. I want you to tuck that pelvis a little bit just to get a lower back support. You're going to lift one leg up for me. Right, you're going to point those toes, activate that thigh, pull that belly in, and we're going to open the scissors and close. And open and close. And I want your eye line down through the knees. Open and close. Cross over. As you cross over, you're going to squeeze that inner thigh. Squeeze. Pulling that belly down. Squeeze. Squeeze. And squeeze. Lifting up off those shoulders, off the elbows. Squeeze. And squeeze.
Last 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring those feet together, change the feet. Lift the other leg up. Right, so you want to try and keep this leg that's in the air on the level. Right, try not to drop it out to the side. Try to keep it at the same height as it is. Ready, we're going to pull in that belly, lifting up off those shoulders. Let's open, close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Press as far as you can. 1. Second set. 2, 3. Pull that belly down. Tuck the pelvis under. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cross and take those legs down. Staying on those elbows. You draw those knees in for me. And I want you to tuck that pelvis under so you're lowering the back to the floor even more. And we're going to extend those legs up. Again, point those toes, activate those thighs, and we're doing scissors. 1, together. 2 pulses, together. Exhale, exhale, up. Exhale, exhale, inhale. 2. Push up through those shoulders. And 4. And 5. Bring those legs in. 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Bring it up. Bend those knees for me and take them down onto the mat. Shift yourself back so you've got all the body parts on the mat. Knees together and feet together, and we're going to go into the shoulder bridge. So we're going to stay in that neutral where you've got that little hollow under the back. I want you to aim to keep that spine as is. Don't tuck that pelvis as you lift it up to the ceiling. Hands down on the mat as we go. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale. Inhale. So we're using the bum to push those hips up. You go squeeze and release and squeeze. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Squeeze those knees and feet together. And down. This is your essential basic level of the shoulder bridge. And down and up. Let's do 2 more. And lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Drawing that belly in and down. Moving up a level. So if you feel you want to move up with me, follow. If you get tired, you carry on doing just the basic up and down movement. Right. Relax out that neck. You don't want to be engaging tension into that neck. Pull that belly in. Keep that neutral spine for me. We're going to lift and we're going to extend. Alright, draw that leg up for me, up to the ceiling, pointing toes, contracting that thigh, and we're going to lift and lower. 1 and down. 2, 3, 4. Watch that your hips aren't tilting. 5, 6. Try and keep them square, parallel to the floor. 7 and 8. 2 more. And 9 and 10. Take it down, bend that knee, toe and heel onto the mat. Ready for the other side. And take in a deep inhale. Contract the tummy. Focus on that neutral spine. Exhale, lift. Right, extend that leg. Draw it up for me. Inhale. Let's go down. Exhale, up. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, working on the hamstrings. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9 and 10. Take it down and bend that leg down onto the mat. Right. If you feel you want to have a break on that tummy, pull the knees into the chest. Neck is feeling a little bit stressed maybe. Roll that head side to side. Take as long as you need. Right, we're going to lift up that head, roll that body forward. We're going to take those gliders out to the side. All right. So essentially still working on the abs. All right, we're going to work on a roll down, using the arms kind of for assistance, but it's also really just engaging different parts of the body and the upper body as we're using our arms. So we're going to go for a glider. We're going to extend one leg, and then we're going to move on to a hip twist. Right. So what I want you to focus on is you draw in that belly between those hip bones. Draw in. You can see I'm sitting up nice and straight. I want you to tuck that tailbone under. Pull that belly in, and we're going to do the roll back. Alright? So we'll start with a half. If this is what you can manage, this is where you're going to step. We're going to roll down. Make sure that the toes stay on the mat. Okay, so we don't want to lift. We're just going to focus on that tummy. Pull down. Pull up. You're sliding those hands out to the side. Pull that belly in. And try and get yourself to go lower and lower. So we hold back and down on the floor. And roll that spine up off the floor. Inhale down. Exhale up. You're going to use that breath to force that body up. On that roll up, it helps to press that lower back down into the mat to help roll back. You'll find different postured people can do a roll up extremely well, and those that have an anterior tilt like myself in the hips, really battle to do a roll up. And that's just because of posture. The pelvis tilts when the hip bones go forward and the tailbone goes backward. Right, let's go for 8 more. 1. Before we do 8 more, we're going to extend that leg up for me. Right, I want you to contract that thigh, and you're just going to hold that leg knee level to knee level, and let's go down. And roll up. And down. And up. Watch that you're not really hiking those shoulders up into the ears. Keep them down. Very nice and easy. I think we're on 5. Tuck that tailbone under. 6. 7. And 8. You're finding it difficult. Take those arms a little further back. I think you're on 10. Right, we're going to change legs. I hope everyone else is sweating as much as I am. Although I know I sweat like a racehorse. So maybe it's just me. Right, other side. I think we did 10. Let's go. 1 and 2. Remember your options. If you're battling here, you can do the half, still with the leg up. Right, so you could still go half and pull up. Half, pull up. As long as you're tucking that tailbone under. Down. Feels like we've done 4. Go for 5. Relax those shoulders. And for 6. Tummy's working really hard. And for 7. Almost there, guys. And for 8. Exhale. Inhale down. I think this is our last one. And you're up. Well done, guys. Okay, stay on the mat. Oh, I just want to grab a little sweat towel. Right, I'm going to give you just a little minute. Just a rest. Those tummy muscles a wee bit. Keep sipping, keep hydrating. Right, we're going to work on a hip twist. You won't be needing your gliders. Again, you need your body on the mat. Don't have half on and half off. There's chances that if your feet are on the mat, you might push and slip. The mat will slip out underneath. All right, so we're back up onto our shoulders. We're tucking under again because we're going to lift our feet off the mat, right? So tuck that pelvis under, draw that belly down to the mat. We're going to take those legs up to tabletop. Again, watch that we're not sinking in. We want to push up, work as much of the body as you can. And we're going to be doing a hip twist. So I want you to imagine that you've got a pencil here between your knees and you're about to draw a circle on the ceiling. Most importantly, I want you guys to focus between the thighs. Eye line between the thighs, because if you're watching your pencil drawing on the ceiling, then that neck is going to take a lot of strain, which it doesn't need to do. Rather, follow the curve of that spine and look between those thighs. Right, so we've got the pencil. What we're going to do is we're going to start knees above the hips, and we're going to inhale half a circle, exhale half a circle, pause. Inhale, change direction, exhale, and pause. Right, going for 3, and 4, and 5. Aim to keep those legs parallel to the floor, and 6. Knees stay together, 7. Push up off those elbows, 8, and 1. And pause, change direction, 2, exhale. Inhale, half, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Tuck that pelvis under, pull that belly down. And you're going to feel it in those hip flexors, especially if your tummy is not working as hard as it needs to. Because your legs could be quite a heavy lever for that tummy to handle. 2 more. And taking a last one. And rest those legs down. Right, you definitely would have felt those hip flexors crunching. What I'm going to do is take us back down. Right, hands down on the mat. Again, just that shoulder bridge, just press up and hold. We just want to stretch out those hip flexors. So squeeze that bum to lift up. Your bum muscles are your opposition muscles to your hip flexors. Flexors mean the muscles that bend your joints, right? So your bum muscles work opposite to your hip flexors. And so now we're contracting that bum to stretch open those hips. Also watching that you're not pressing right up onto that neck. Your shoulder blades should still be on the mat. All right, bring that body up, hands behind the knees. We're going to go onto a mermaid. Right, so one glider under your hand, and I want you to place yourself on your mat, just like a mermaid, right? Fingertips are going to face out. What I want you to be careful of is when you press that arm out, don't go so far that you feel pressure and tension on that shoulder and you struggle to bring your body in. You're going to be using the muffin top muscles, your oblique muscles, to lift that body up. Right, so what we want to do is we don't want to have the arm doing the work to try and pull that body up, if that makes any sense. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to stretch down, get that elbow to the floor, pull up, reach beyond those toes. Right, pull down, and reach over. Give me a long, tall spine still. Right, you're only going to take that arm as far as your shoulder strength can handle. So even if it's just there, and pull up through the waist muscles. Pull up from here, lift, and reach over. Brilliant. Then for 4, and lift, reach over, and 5, and reach, and 6, and reach. So those knees are just nicely stacked, one on the other, and up. And I think that was your first set. We're going to go into a second set where we go over, leave that glider and reach. Beautiful stretch up the side.
You're going to feel it really nicely on the other side when we change. Where this right side is working really hard now, it's going to get that beautiful stretch. Okay, belly is still nice and tight. Press away, pull in, and reach over. Hand down, slide away, pull up with that side muscle, and stretch over. Doing a nice tall waist. Watch that you're not collapsing into that waist. Keep those chests open. Reach over. You guys have heard that saying, Pilates makes me sweat. Partially because my instructor doesn't know how to count. That's me. I forget to count as I'm trying to instruct. So, we'll do one more. I'm sure that's more than 10. Pull up and over and rest it down. We're going to stay on the side. I'm going to ask you just to put shoulder over elbow. We're staying in that mermaid stance, right? So I don't need your knees going all the way back at this stage. They're going to stay nice and comfy in front of the body. We're going to work on the outer bum. So feet are staying glued together. And I'm just going to lift my knee just past hip height. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift up that waist off the floor. Give me a long spine, so don't let that spine sag into the floor. 7, lift up nice and tall. 8, 9, from here we're going to lift the feet. 10, lift those feet. And we're going to open and close. Open and close. 3, lift that waist off the floor. 5, belly's tight. 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Take it down. Right, ready to change sides. I'm going to shift my mat down. Alright. So we're starting with just one set of normal gliders. Make sure you're close enough to the edge of the mat so that you can bring that hand back, close to under the shoulder. Right. We're going to go 1 and 2. Reach over those toes. 3. Pull up from the waist. 4. Good. And 5. Try to keep that body in a straight line as if you're between 2 sheets of metal or glass. Okay, you can see I'm not going either forward. I'm not going forward and I'm not going back. I'm going straight out to the side in line with my shoulders and hips. And 10. And second round, we're going to do that stretch over. 1, reach, beautiful. 2, and reach. And 3, lift up through that waist, pull that belly in. And 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Bring that belly nice and tight. Lift up spine, lift up tall through the spine. If this is our last one. Alright. I'm going to ask you to shift down. Get that elbow under the shoulder for me, palm down. Going onto that plank. Give me a lift up through that waist. Alright, and we're just going to open. 1. Only just as high as that hip. Just so we activate into the small muscle group. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you place your hand here, you'll be able to feel those muscles working. 8, 9. Ready to lift those feet. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lift those feet. 7, 8. Pull that belly in. 9 and 10. And take it down. Alright, well done guys. I see that we're already past 20 minutes. We're going to wait to go.
Alright. So what I'm going to ask you to do, you're going to take your both the gliders to the edge of your mat. Okay? And you're going to place the feet on those gliders so they can move. Probably best to be in the middle, the foot in the middle of the glider, and I'm going to ask you to have your hands towards the edge of the mat. Okay, you can see my hands are quite close, and you'll see why. So let's tap that in so we don't flash. Alright, we're going to go into a plank. We're going to do side toe taps from a plank, so still working into the outer bum. And then we'll do singles and then both legs together, and then we're going to do what I call a bunny tuck. Alright, you guys are going to see. You're going to be extending that bunny tuck, pull those legs together, squeeze the bum. You're going to pull those gliders in and tuck. Alright, so we're working into those obliques, and you're going to extend out, pull in and tuck. Beautiful twist in that waist. Okay, so the mistake people make thinking that they're going to get a nice tight waist is doing sit-ups and crunches, and that is not at all the case. What you need to be doing is a lot more twisting motions. Those are the muscles that will tighten the little waist as you turn. Right, so here we go. We're going to start with toe taps out to the side. 2, 3, 4, let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3. We do both legs together, double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring them together. Ready for that little tap. If you find that your wrists are getting sore, I want you to roll up your towel, a big towel. Okay, and you're going to place those hands off, just to change the angle a little bit. Alright. Sorry to interrupt. Right, we're going to do those bunny taps. Just 4. We're going to go in, just 4. In, and plank. We're going to go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and together. 1, 2, 3, bunny taps, and 1, and out. 2, and out. 3, ready for the last one, and out. Bring those knees into the mat. Right, all done, you guys. It is a tappy. It is a tappy. Okay, those wrists, click a knot. So shake the knot, roll the knot. It is a tappy on the wrists. Alright. So from there, we're going to go onto the side plank. Okay, you're going to use one glider under the foot. Okay, what I want you to do, let me start in this kind of position. So up, and you're going to put that glider out to the side. From there, we're going to lean that body down. Right? You're going to take the arm overhead. You're going to press and take back. Even if you turn, not turn, but bend that body. Crunch, open, crunch, open. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 sets. 1, 2. Pull that belly in. 3, 4. Lengthen that spine, round. Lengthen, round. Beautiful exercises for that back. 9 and 10. And bring it in. Ready for the other side. Same thing. Make sure you're not going to knock something over. Right, let's take that leg out to the side. What you want to do is to keep those hip bones facing forward, don't turn. Right, everything faces forward as you go down. I'm still facing forward, I'm not collapsing. Downwards, open that chest, open those hip bones. Take that hand overhead, let's go. Crunch and open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, extend legs. 9, 10, second set, reach nice and long with that arm. 4, forgive me if my counting is out. 6, 7, 8, reach back. 9 and 10, finish it up, bring it in. Right, we're going to go on top bun. Gliders are going to be out to the edge of the mat. So what we're going to do, we're going to work a little bit on the lats, a bit of shoulder strength, a bit of upper back strength. Alright, so what we want to do is, you're going to just let those legs lie out in front of you. Alright, the hands are going to be next to the body, as close to the bum as you can, but don't tap under the bum because you need to move away from those hands. Alright. So palms in line with the back of the bum, if that makes any sense. What we're going to do is called a leg pull. Alright. So we're going to slide those heels on the floor. We're going to push up off the floor, tuck that pelvis under to push forward and lift. Right, so you can see that you're using the back of the body to push up. And we're going to lower down to pull back. We're going to go nice and easy. We're going to push forward, tuck that tailbone under and lift. Point those toes and lower down and pull back. Nice and easy. If you're all sweating like me, you're going to stick to the mat, which is a problem. 4 and lift. Lower down. 5 and lower down. 6. Squeeze that bum to lift those hips. 4 more. Pull back. Push forward. You maybe find that your arms are a bit short. Maybe what you can do, find something that's not round, that's not going to roll, and not going to cave in under you. I'm just giving you an idea that you could extend your arm length, that you can pull back and push forward. Lower down, pull back through those tins. Push out and lift. And I'm sure this is our last one. Push forward and lift. And bring it back down. And lower down. Right, well done guys. A lot of this bodyweight stuff is damn hard. Right, so if you're managing, keep it up, you're doing well. You can only get stronger. We can only get stronger. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move on to the tummy. A little bit more back work for us. Right. Hopefully you guys can still see. I want you to bring yourself chest, so just about above the collarbone, off the mat. Alright, what we want to do, you're going to place those legs as wide as the mat for me, and you can let those heels fall in. Alright, so essentially your hips have rotated outward, and you've got a nice ballet stance going on there. The only reason for this is we're going to be lifting our legs off the mat, and this will just give you a better range of motion. Alright, so we're going to work on that upper back. What we want to do is do big circles. We're going to start with that back. We're going to circle nice and wide, and lift, and back down, and lift, and back down. You're going to squeeze that bum, press those feet down onto the mat. Still engaging the thighs, pointing those toes. Inhale up and down. Inhale up and down. Right, focus on using that upper body. Don't push that body up with those arms. Going up and down. Going for 6 and down. Going for 7 and down. Pull that belly up away from the mat. And 8. Last 2. And lift. Drawing those shoulder blades back and down. Last one. Right. You're going to just rest that head for me on the mat. Welcome to turn that head or watch. We're going to work the bum. So we're going to lift 1, and down. 2 and down. 3, 4, 5. Still pulling that belly in. And 7 and 8 and 9, and we're going to combine, and 10. Right, taking it all together. I've got a cat here being very cute in front of me. All right, legs are out. We're going to combine the upper and lower body movement. Right, so we're going to lift and starfish. Bring it together. Lift. Take those legs together, and as you lift, you take them out. And down. 4. Giving me a big starfish. 5. Pull that belly in. 6. Reach those fingertips far from the body. 7. 8. And 9. Pull that belly in. And 10. And rest. Right, I want you just to get up, push yourself back. Go into a little bit of a shoulder stretch for me. Knees can be open or closed. You're just going to round that back. Scoop that belly in. Just rest those back muscles for a minute, not even a minute. Alright. Last one we're going to do with the back. Alright, we're going to stay down. So we want to have the hands under the forehead, okay? So the reason why I love back extension so much and why it's so important for us is because if not all of us sit at our computers or watching TV or doing whatever we do when we're relaxed or working, and we have a pretty poor posture and we're slouching. Right, so by doing back extensions, you strengthen your those muscles as you extend and contract. Right, so it's going to oppose that slouchiness that you may have gone into a habit of doing. Right, so what I want you to do, you're going to squeeze the bum, squeeze those knees together, anchor that body down. We're just going to do a little bit of rotation work through that spine. So hands are going to be under the forehead. You're going to lift and rotate. Center and down. Lift, other way. Center and down. Lift. Rotate, center and down. Pull that belly up. Rotate, center and down. Lift, rotate, center and down. Up. Even if you want to double up those arms, lift, rotate, pull that belly up. Don't let it pop out. One. I've lost count and down. Lift, rotate. Inhale, twist. Twist and down, in, center and out, up, center and down. Taking it back into that shoulder stretch for me. Tuck that head under, scoop the belly in, press that spine up to the back. You're going to feel how that back has worked so hard. Brilliant, it's such a good feeling. Roll that body up. Give you a minute just to have a sip of water. And we really are almost done. 3 more exercises. Right, so for this one you're going to grab that tin. Okay, feet can be on or off the mat. Really up to you. We're going to lift that body up. Right, essentially we're going to be doing a squat. Okay, so you've got your tin, you're basically just going to pass it under those legs. You're going to pass and down. Pass, keep your arm out through the knees. Pass and down. 4, 5, lift up those shoulders off the mat. 7 and 8. And take it center, roll that body forward. I want you to keep those legs off the mat now. If you can't manage that, keep them down. We're going to do a figure of 8. So we're going to pass under and lift and pass. Right, most important here, I want you to pull that belly in, tuck the tailbone under for that round lower back. Not scooping here, head still nice and open. If you can, you're going to take those legs open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down. Right guys, we've got 2 more exercises left. You're going to get up on your feet. You're going to kick your mat out of the way. Bye-bye mat. Be nice. But we're done with the mat. Alright. Our playlist has ended. And that's all good. We'll start it again. Right, so we're going to go for 3-point lunging, followed by curtsy lunging, and then we're done. It's been 45 minutes. Really only been basics. Alright, you know what I'm going to skip? I'm going to skip the 3-point lunging. We'll do those another day. We're going to just focus today on curtsy lunges, which again works into that bum, and I'm sure most of us have quite an issue with this area, and so we're going to work it. Alright, let's go. What I want you to do is keep those hips facing forward. Imagine you're on a clock, 12 o'clock is ahead of you. You want to face 12 o'clock. You're going to take that foot behind you to about 6 or 7 o'clock, and you're going to bend. Alright? And you're going to come back up to 12. And you're going to go back, 6 or 7, bend, and up. You're going to feel it in those lungs, baby. And take it back, and face forward. Stay facing forward, back, and up. Nice and easy so that we get a good form, back and down. I need to move a little bit away from the wall. And take it down. If you can, knee down to the floor. Body stays upright. I think we're going for 6. Going for 7, bend. So you can see I'm going really nice and slowly. 8. Push up on that quad, on the thigh. 9. And 10. If this is 11, you could have stopped at 10. Right, we're going to add a little bit of a rotation. This really is the last one, guys. So we're going to bend, twist, and up. Bend, twist. Remember those are the waist muscles that give us a nice little tight waist. Turn. And up. Down. Turn. I'm thinking we're on 4. If I'm wrong, forgive me. 5. And up. And 6. Deep breathing. 7. And up. Almost done, guys. 8. And up. 9. We're going to stretch out that bum as soon as we're done. 10. Bring your body up. Alright. If you've got a wall next to you and you need to use it for balance, please do. Otherwise, challenge your balance and take one of the ankles just above the knee. Okay, and we're going to do what they call the figure 4. The figure 4 stretch. Alright, so what you can see is I'm pushing my tailbone up behind me. Right, I'm lifting my chest, but no balance today. Right, so I'm lifting my chest, nice and tall to keep a flat back. The belly is still pulled in nice and tight between those hip bones. And what you want to aim to do is lower the leg down to the floor. And once you can, if you can, I want you just to rest those forearms on that leg, pulling that belly in nice and tight, lifting up that chest. And I want you to press this knee, not with anything but the leg. Rotate that hip down to the knee, opening that hip down to the floor. Just for a really nice stretch through the hip flexor. And we're going to come up and we're going to change sides. Ooh, my balance is crooked today. It's just not there. Right.
So we start. Open up those toes, which help for balance. Ankle is above the knee. We're going to lower that body down, stick that bum out, lift that chest up. And when if you can, take those forearms onto the knee and push the knee or draw that knee using the leg muscles, the bum muscles, down to the floor. Don't let that posture sink yet. Okay, you're going to lose out on that stretch in the bum because all the muscles are connected. You want to lengthen that spine. Oh, come on. You want to lengthen that spine, right, to get the best benefit of that stretch through that bum muscle. And we're going to roll that body up. Right. Just a quick stretch through the calf. Drive that calf heel down, stretch out the calf muscle. So what we can do while we're doing that, I love to double up on stuff so we can do more things at one time. I'm sure we all want to save time. Right, so we're driving the heel back, and we're opening up the chest muscles. And pull those hands behind the back, away from the shoulder blades. Keep them there. Let's change legs. 4. Pull that belly in. So your pelvis should be relaxed. It should be, the line of the pelvis should be following that back leg. We're not tucking that pelvis under at this stage. Right, so if you can see, my pelvis is kind of tilting. I haven't changed that tilt. I'm following that leg that's going out behind. Driving that heel down. Alright. Right, we're going to bring that body up. Now I want you just to place, if you can see, one toe back, essentially bringing that foot just a wee bit more forward than it was. And you're going to tuck that pelvis under for me. So you can see I've gone from a neutral stance. I'm tucking under, opening up this hip flexor. Shoulders are back and down. And while we're doing that, we're going to stretch the shoulders. So as I did yesterday, palm on the forearm, pull in. Pull that arm in towards the chest. A little bit of a push down from this shoulder, push down, tucking that pelvis under. And take it all down, let's change sides. So just stepping back on those toes, starting with the tilt, under. So I really hope this makes sense to you guys. I'm in a neutral. And I've tucked under. You can see the shape of my spine changes where I've gone from a neutral, I've tucked under, and I'm opening this hip flexor. I want you to push forward this hip flexor. Right, I'm taking that arm forward over the chest. And push this shoulder down a little. We're tucking that pelvis under. Open up. Even if you want to feel it a little deeper, take a little wider leg stance and tuck under. It's an active push. You've got to push that pelvis forward. Tucking that tummy in. It's almost like a pelvic tilt. Putting that arm nice and tight. Right. We're going to work on those quads. Right. We're going to take that arm, the foot behind the bum, pull that heel into the bum. Press, as you pull into the bum, press the foot into the hand so they're opposing each other. You feel a slightly deeper stretch into that tummy. Standing up nice and tall, keep the knees together. And slowly taking it down. Changing sides,
Take the top of that foot, pull it into the middle of the bum. As you're pulling in, you press that foot into the hand, opposing each other. And just hold. Like I said, you hold your stretch at least 20 to 30 seconds. You guys have done well. If you've done today, seemed easy until we started. Alright, let's take that body down. Top of the head hanging down to the floor. Stretch out those hammies for me. Still scooping in that belly, most especially because you want to protect that lower back. No stretching up the hands. You flat back and round back down. Roll up. Straighten up that back, flat back. And take it down. Roll and then roll. Give me a flat back. Taking it down. Woo! Feel those hammies. Taking it round. Hold it there for me. Bend those knees. Roll that body up. And the head comes up last. Take those arms up. Let's just stretch into the side of the body. Give me a nice wide stance for balance. Engage those bums. And we're going to go up and over. Don't collapse into the side yet. I want you just to hold up and over, reaching tall through the spine. Center and other side. Reaching tall, up and over. Center, relax those shoulders, up and over. And take it a little lower. Oh, that feels so good. I want you to turn that body. And slowly, as you turn that body, you feel a stretch through the side of the waist. Reach that body long. And sweep. Pull that belly up. Sweep. Hold. Slowly turning that body. Open that chest to me. Lifting a little. Each time you open a little, lift a little, pull that belly in for that lower back. You might hurt yourself if you do not pull that tummy in. Lift up, nice and tall. We're going to do the other direction. So taking it over. Right. Lengthening that spine, reach that body forward. Slowly sweep across. Pull that belly in between the hip bones. Oh, that feels so good. Lifting up a little, open that chest to me, and lift. Take those arms down, let's just do a shoulder roll. Take the stress out of the shoulders. So guys, tomorrow, I would like to do a can workout. Right, so what I want you to do, bring along about 4 cans. I haven't decided exactly how many I'm going to be using, so just to be safe, let's work on 4 to 6 cans. We're going to see what we can do with those. We're going to do the yes, I can do this workout. So well done if you did today. I'm proud of you guys, day 4. How quickly is this week going, right? All the best. Hope you're not too sore, and see you tomorrow.